In this video, we're going to be talking about 5 don'ts on a night out in a foreign country. So you are traveling to a foreign country, or you're currently in a foreign country and you're going out to a club at night. We're going to talk about 5 things that you shouldn't do on a night out, okay? So if you're interested in this content, why don't you think about going down and smashing the subscribe button, and while you're down there, you might want to think about turning on the notification bell, because we always drop this type of videos every Monday. So why don't you hold on to that thought, and I'll be right back with more.
You know the way I do it when I drop lyrical. Anytime I spit lyrical, philosophical. All the niggas mimical, but they stare still on taking literal. Punchlines collateral. Maximum damage.
Hello YouTube, hello Chronicles, how are you all doing today? Still your boy Fuse on the Fuse Chronicles. Someone dropped me a message the other day and told me that my introduction was too long and he wanted me to segment my video. So I'm going to make this video in different segments. We're going to be talking about the 5 don'ts on a night out in a foreign country. The set of countries we're going to be talking about are European countries, English-speaking European countries. This video is going to be segmented into 5 different parts, or 6 different parts plus the intro. You can always skip to the part you want to know about, okay? So without any further ado, let's jump right in. Number 1, dress appropriately. If you're going out with your friends on a night out and you're going to a club, you need to be aware that different clubs have different color specific nights, okay? So different clubs have different color specific nights. Mondays could be white nights. Tuesday could be freshest night for the local university in that particular county, and maybe it's red night. You need to understand that each night has a different color of outfit that you need to put on. Now, if it's a white night and you go end up putting on black, like the t-shirt have inside, you're going to be turned back. And something else you need to realize about dress code. If you plan to go dancing in the club, it doesn't make any sense wearing a smart shoe. Did you get it? So you're going out, oh, I want dance, or I want flanger this night, I want to have a good time this night in the club, and you go rock a smart shoe. A smart shoe is going to restrict your movement. Now, for ladies and women, you might want to dress up. Now, I'm not telling you what to put on or what not to put on. Now, this is apart from the color specific night for different clubs. You might want to wear clothes that keep you protected. So say, for example, it's in the middle of winter, like right now, and you're wearing a clothes that is all revealing, eventually you're gonna catch a cold. You might want to take this into consideration when you're picking your wardrobe on a night out or planning a night out in the country you find yourself in. Number 2, mind the crowd you mix in, or the sort of people you mix with. If they look weird, chances are that they're weird as fuck. Don't go saying shit like, oh, don't judge a book by its cover. My friend, judge the book in entirety by its cover. If you see a group of young guys chilling somewhere, and maybe it's a night where the club says put on white and they put it on red, and their hair looks funny and they're acting dodgy, you need to realize that there's definitely something weird about this bunch, and you need to stay off from those people. Something you need to realize is mixing with the wrong crowd has its good side and it has its bad side, I'm not gonna lie, okay? Sometimes you can mix with the wrong crowd and that's probably gonna be the best night ever in that particular city or in that particular country. But sometimes you can mix with the wrong crowd and that's probably gonna be the last time anybody's gonna hear from you. So it's 2 sides to this coin. So it still boils down to the point I made at the start: mind the crowd you mix with. Number 3, do not consume everything that is being handed to you. I can't stress this enough. Do not consume everything that is handed to you. Ask questions. videos. I remember watching a comedian, I think it was Dave Chappelle or one of them other comedians, that said, when you go out with white guys, don't go about drinking everything they drink. Now listen, I'm not trying to stereotype anybody. I'm not trying to be biased. I'm not trying to be racially biased with anybody. I'm not trying to put anybody in a mold or in a box. I'm just being honest. And my videos, if you've watched my videos, you need to realize that I go about talking about things that I have experienced. I don't go about talking about what everybody's saying. I go about talking about things that I have experienced. When you go out with people, and usually white people, ask questions when they hand you something to drink. Ask questions when they hand you something to smoke. Chances are that when you, now this is the honest truth, white guys do not lie to you about what they're giving you. Okay, if it's gonna fuck you up, they will tell you, dude, take that shit, it's gonna fuck you up. That's how they behave. So this is how they act, okay? Ask questions when they hand you stuff to drink, to smoke, or whatever. I'll tell you a story. I went out with a bunch of white guys then when I was studying for my master's degree. I went out with some white guys and they handed me something to drink. I didn't ask questions, I drank it. I didn't start to feel the effect of what they handed me to drink till the next day, because when I was studying for my master's, I was also working. So it was the next day at work that the effect of what they gave me the night before. Now I think it was at the early hours of the morning, they gave me that stuff to drink by, I think it was between 3 and 4 a.m. in the morning. When I went to work by 7 a.m. in the morning, I started to feel the effect. So I had to call my friend who gave that to me. Hello, what did you give to me? What was in that stuff? And he told me it was MCAT. If you know what MCAT is a different variant of methamphetamines. If you know hard drugs, it's something in that mode. And I took that stuff down, and it wasn't supposed to kick in for some hours, and it kicked in when I was at work. I'm so happy that when I asked my friends how I conducted myself when this stuff started kicking, they told me I was very quiet, I didn't talk a lot, I was just in my lane, in my corner in the office. So you have to ask questions. Don't go about chucking everything down. Oh, take this, drink it, chuck it down, and you just go, wah, wah, wah. You will mess yourself up big time, okay? And you need to realize that different body type take these things and assimilate these things differently. You don't want to go hurt yourself because you want to have a good time on a night out with your friends. So you need to be guided. Ask questions before you take things down. Most Western countries, and I'm not even just talking about Europe, has a very high tolerance for drugs. So chances are, your night out, you're going to see a lot of people doing drugs. You will see people where they smoke anything, they sniff anything, they drink anything. So you see a lot of people smoking lots of stuff, drinking and doing lots of stuff with all these banned substances. You need to ask questions before you go drinking. And there's pre-drinks. For those in Europe, there's a culture of pre-drinks, particularly in England. Your friends come to your house, or you go to your friend's house and you have pre-drinks before you go to the club or before you head out on your night out. So you need to ask questions. And this is number 3 on the 5 dawns on a night out. Okay, so take this point very seriously. Number 4. Avoid mass movements. Now, what does this mean? Some people might call it mob action, okay? So you see 50 people, 100 people, 200 people heading in one direction. Try to avoid this stuff. I'm very serious about this one point, okay? Try to avoid this. When you see a lot of people, as you see a crowd of people moving towards one place, try to be on the other side. If it's on this lane, cross over to the other lane. Now, I'll tell you a story of something that happened to a Nigerian girl when I was studying in England. She went out with her friends. She went on a rave with her friends, and her friends were from a different county. And the bus came in. The bus that was going to take them from Northampton to Milton Keynes, because they were from Milton Keynes, came through. So the DJ screamed over the public address system that if you're going to Milton Keynes, your bus is outside. So everybody started rushing towards one exit. Now, she wasn't going to Milton Keynes. She was staying back in Northampton, and she was going back to uni with a different bus. But she followed the crowd of people that were rushing out through one exit to get to the bus that was going to Milton Keynes. Maybe she was a little bit drunk, maybe she was high, I'm not quite sure. But in the process, she fell and she got stampeded on and she lost her life. I know 3 people who have died and have passed on with this kind of incident alone. So it's very serious. When you see a lot of people taking to flight, running from something or running towards something, try to be on the other side of these people. Don't be in the crowd. You could get injured, you could lose your life, or worse things could happen. What is worse than losing your life? Fuse, what are you doing? Okay, but I'm sure you understand what I mean. Number 5, I'm sure you all know about number 5, but maybe some don't. So because of those who might not know about number 5, I'm just going to reiterate number 5. If you're going out on a night out by yourself, or maybe you just want to try out this city that you're in, maybe you just want to know what is to this city at night, okay? If you're going out on a night out, go out with a friend, go out with a chaperone, or go out in a group. Do not go out alone, okay? The reason why you shouldn't go out alone is when you go out by yourself, you look like a soft target. There are crazies in every city, there are crazies in every country. Some people tend to think that it's in third world countries that horrible things happen. No, sir. Horrible things happen everywhere. In London, there are bad places. In Northampton, there are bad places. In New York, there are bad places. In Frankfurt, they are bad places. So you want to go out with someone, and the person you're going out, try to know the person. Know the person just a little bit. Don't just meet a random person. Hey, man, Frank, how far now? You didn't come out this night? Oh, okay, we'll come out together. Oh, Frank, what's going on, Frank? Are you going out tonight? Oh, let's go out together. No. I'm Nigerian, so I speak pidgin English sometimes, but when I speak pidgin English, I follow it up with the translation in proper English. So please bear with me. Try to go out with people that you know, or at least have minor details about these people before you head out together. If you're going out in a group of 4 people, try to know 2 or 3 of those people in that group properly. So people who can give proper account of your whereabouts when they're questioned by maybe the school authority or the law enforcement authority in that particular city. There are cases of people who have gone out by themselves and never came back to uni or never came back to where they were living in a new country or in a different country. I don't want that to be you. And I'm not even talking about Crime and Investigation or the First 48 series that people watch. I know stories, I've heard stories, and I even know 1 or 2 people who this kind of incident have befallen. I'll tell you one very funny story. Yeah? At uni back then, there used to be this guy who only appeared at night. He only appeared at night. Every night. And me and my friends started talking about it. Have you ever seen this guy during the daytime? And everybody said, no, I've never seen him during the daytime. So we started taking notes. Every night we wanted to go out to the club, he mysteriously appears. So what we did was we started avoiding this person. And something else, another story that I'm going to tell you. Fuse, what's all these stories? Just please bear with me, okay? Bear with me. There was this night that we all went out together, and they all called it a night. But I was, for some strange reason, those who know me know that I party hard. I party way. I wanted to stay back in the club, and it so happened that I met this girl in the club, and we finished, and she wanted me to come to her house after we finished partying that night. I told my friends to go, and I went to this girl's house together. She has a car. We went to her house with her friends. So she came with a group of friends. I was the only person that was outside that clique, but I joined them and went to their house. I was not at ease. This had happened to me a couple of times. I was not at ease. Safe to say I didn't do anything with this girl because I was not just at ease. There were a bunch of girls who were high, who were some drunk, and I just, for some strange reason, my alarm bells were just ringing. And like I said, I think it was in point 2 or point 3. If it looks weird as fuck, chances are it is weird as fuck. So when I got to their house, we're talking, we're gisting, we're talking about different stuff. But my defenses were kind of up. So even if I was talking and they thought I was loose and free in things I was saying, I was the last person to go to bed in that house. I think I went to bed by 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. because I didn't feel secure. I just had to make sure the last person was properly sleeping and not play sleeping, but properly sleeping before I went to bed. And in the morning, I was the first person to wake up at the crack of dawn. And she was kind enough to drop me back at my house and stuff, but it's just how it is. And I want you all to be vigilant like this. If you are a white guy and you're thinking of getting with a black girl, it does happen. It could be a white guy looking. Although I have to say that I made a video about that specifically. I made a video about transgender hookup and stuff. It's gonna pop up somewhere up there. Now, if you're a white guy looking to hook up with a black girl, I have to tell you, son, you have to come correct. Because the thing about black girls is they're very traditional. These are people who were probably spend more time with your mom, spend more time with your dad. Chances are they were forced to go to church. So there's this old traditional moralistic approach to issues that they tend to consider when they're looking for men or saying yes or no to men who make advances to them. For black women, white guys, or even black guys who are looking to get with black girls need to come correct. Meaning you need to dress appropriately. It means you need to talk correctly. No talking stupidly, punk mode, tone it down. Now, if you're a black guy looking to get with a white girl, now that's totally different. White girls are more open to new experiences. If you're a black guy looking to get with a white guy, you need to be super confident. Your confidence needs to be over the roof. Your confidence needs to transcend the realm of confidence and into the realm of cocky. Because a white girl is someone that you could just walk up to and just start to kiss and she's going to respond. I did that, by the way. I left on a night out with some of my friends. I left the club and I just saw this girl coming back from work. I literally just walked up to the girl and just started to kiss the girl and she responded. This is how white girls are. They're open to new experiences. Black girls are not quite so. There's a pattern to this sort of thing. There's a technique to going about this sort of business. I want to believe that by now you know at least 5 dons on a night out in a new country or in a new city that you need to pay close attention to so you don't get into trouble. If this video was helpful to you or someone out there, why don't you think about going down and smashing the subscribe button? Turn on the notification bell, which is just beside the subscribe button, so when we drop travel topics like this, which we do every Mondays, you stay guided and you can catch the videos when they drop. And if you have friends or family members who are traveling or in a different city or in a different country and you want to help them so their defenses stay up, why don't you think about sharing this video with them? And if this video was helpful to you or your friends, why don't you think about giving us a thumbs up? It's free. It helps us a lot because it tells the YouTube algorithm that this video was useful to you, and so they inform us to make more of this kind of videos for people like you. And if you have questions that you want to ask me, you're wondering, how can I get a hold of Fuse? Why don't you think about following me on Instagram? I think my Instagram handle is up there at Fuse Chronicles. You can slide into my DMs and ask me any question you want and I'll be sure to answer in a flash, okay? Like I always say in all my videos, it's your duty to be happy. It's nobody's duty to make you happy. So choose to be happy today and be yourself. Live your best life. I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye-bye for now.